Donald Trump has officially won the 2024 election. Congress certified his victory yesterday in a peaceful ceremony with no objections.
4 years ago, hundreds of Trump supporters disrupted certification after the 2020 election. The president-elect has vowed to pardon some of those who were charged for their actions that day. CBN's Wendy Griffith has more.
The outcome of the 2024 presidential election now official. Donald Trump declared the winner Monday. The votes counted and the results certified before a joint session of Congress.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
Vice President Kamala Harris, who lost to Trump, presided over the ceremony as president of the Senate.
Today, I did what I have done my entire career, performing my constitutional duties to ensure that the people of America, the voters of America, will have their votes counted.
The process was peaceful and orderly, with no objections.
This is a great day for the country. We're going to certify the election of Donald J. Trump as the 47th president. That's our focus today.
The Capitol under heavy security for the event after the disruption in 2020. This was the scene 4 years ago when angry Trump supporters clashed with police and illegally entered the Capitol, believing the election had been stolen. On January 6, 2021, Trump urged protesters to march to the Capitol, calling on then Vice President Mike Pence to reject the results of the 2020 election. More than 1,200 people have been convicted or pled guilty to charges tied to the attack. Trump has promised to pardon some, calling them political prisoners.
Pardoning the criminals who assaulted police officers and tried to halt the democratic process would be a dangerous endorsement of political violence.
Inside Elections' Nathan Gonzalez told CBN's Faith Nation, pardons or not, he hopes history will view January 6, 2021 as a stain on our country.
We came very close to not having a peaceful transfer of power, which is a hallmark of our country. And so whether President Trump pardons folks or not, I hope that it does not diminish what happened and the severity of the violence that happened on January 6, 2021.
Unlike 4 years ago, there were no objections or challenges to the election results. President-elect Trump claims his win is a mandate from the American people to implement his agenda. He'll be sworn in as the nation's 47th president on Monday, January 20th. Wendy Griffith, CBN News.
Well, peaceful transitions of power have always been a hallmark of our democracy and our wonderful American republic, where we get to elect our representatives and they are supposed to represent us in Congress and in the Senate and in the White House. That is the plan. And if you don't like a particular candidate, and you don't like the results of a particular election, there's some wonderfully good news. You get to do it again in 2 years. You get to elect a whole new Congress then. In 4 years, there gets to be another presidential election. My hope, my prayer is that the rhetoric gets really reduced here. And we've seen an incredible amount of violence around politics. 2 assassination attempts just last year, what happened in 2020. It's all based on rhetoric, what is being told to people. If you think someone campaigning for a high office in America is Hitler, well, that's a particularly violent phrase to use. And you shouldn't be surprised that it starts a violent chain of reaction. We can't have that kind of thing. My hope, my prayer is that we can come together as a nation. My hope and my prayer is that we realize that righteousness exalts a nation. This kind of activity is certainly not righteous, but if we can come to agreement that regardless of our views on tax policy or international policy, when we're at home, we need to be one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you want to transform your life in 2025? Then do this every day. Put on the full armor of God, not some of it, all of it. The belt of truth, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shoes fitted with the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, and your offensive and defensive weapon, the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Why? So we can stand and be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Happy New Year, everybody.